Hi y'all, this is Larry at Deep South Texas. Today, we're going to make some super soft hamburger buns. You're going to love these. Okay, let's get started. I have 6 ounces of water in this bowl. The water is warm to the touch. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of instant yeast. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on the top and let it set. And let that yeast hydrate. And this recipe calls for an 1/8 cup of sugar. I'm going to take about a teaspoon of sugar and just pour it in the bowl. We'll use the rest of that sugar later on. Now while the yeast is hydrating, I have 3 cups of bread flour. And to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Just dump that in there. And mix that salt in with the flour. And once the yeast is hydrated, we're going to mix it all up into the water, and then we're going to let it set until it starts foaming. About 5 minutes, I think. Okay, I think the yeast is hydrated. Let's mix up this yeast with that 1 teaspoon of sugar and wait till it foams. Well, it's been 5 minutes and looks like that yeast is working pretty well. Let's stir this up and add some other ingredients. Here is the rest of that 1/8 cup of sugar. We'll put that in and mix it up. And then we have 4 ounces of whole milk that is warm to the touch. Pour that in and mix it up. And then I have 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. We're going to mix that in. Now to this, we're going to add our bread flour and that's been mixed with a teaspoon of salt. So we'll put that in a little bit at a time and mix it up. Okay, let's just dump it all in there and mix this up as best as I can. Now, I'm probably going to have to get my fingers in there in a little bit, but let's see what we can get mixed here. And we'll get back to you when I have that all mixed up. Well, there it is all mixed up. Now we're going to turn this out onto a breadboard and knead it. Okay, we're going to knead this, for maybe about 8 minutes. Forgot my scraper. I had to go get it. So I like it a little bit sticky. I may have to add some flour as I go along here. I hope not. It feels pretty good right now. We'll see how we go through the kneading process. It sort of depends on what the humidity is, where you're at when you're making this. If your humidity is pretty dry, you might have to add a little bit of water, maybe a teaspoon at a time. If your dough is too sticky, you might have to add a little flour. Again, about a teaspoon at a time. Don't add very much at any particular time. But so far, this is feeling pretty good. And we want to do this for about 8 minutes till the dough is very, very smooth. Maybe add a little bit of flour. And just keep kneading. And we'll get back when we have our 8 minutes of kneading done. That dough is looking pretty good right now. Still just a little bit sticky, which is the way I like it. Let's get it worked up into a ball. And then I've taken the time to wash out this bowl and to oil it with a little bit of butter. We'll get that dough in there, and then we'll cover it up with some plastic wrap and let it set for 1 hour. Okay, it's been an hour and our dough has risen. Let's punch it down and start forming our buns. Okay, I weighed my dough and it weighs 828 grams. Since I want to make 12 buns, I need my buns to be about 69 grams a piece. So let me cut this into 12 pieces and then I'll measure each piece and try to get even dough. So it makes the buns look all the same size. Let's just get it into 12 pieces first. Okay, I've got them all to like between 68 and 70 grams. So they should all be pretty close to the same size. Now we'll just try to roll them into balls, flatten them out a little bit. I want our hamburger buns to be a little bit flat. And then put them in a pan to rise. Let's see if we can get one better in the camera there. So just pinch them in towards the bottom till we get a nice smooth surface on top. Roll them around. Make sure the bottom is all pinched together well. And then flatten it out. Okay, let me get the rest of these done and I'll get back to you. And there are our 12 hamburger buns. Now I'm going to cover these with plastic wrap and let them rise for another hour as well. About halfway through that, I'm going to turn on the oven to preheat it, and we're going to preheat it to 375 degrees and expect to bake these for about 20 minutes. Well, it's been an hour, and it looks like our hamburger buns have risen pretty well. Now we're just going to brush them with an egg wash and get them in the oven. And the egg wash is 1 egg and a tablespoon of water. So give them a little shine and help them brown up a little bit, I think. If you wanted to put sesame seeds on your hamburger bun, this would be the time when you would do it. So, because the egg wash will help them stick to the dough. Now, when I put them in the oven, I have a heavy pan in the bottom of the oven that's been heating up along with the oven, which is preheated now to 375 Fahrenheit. And when I put them in, I'm going to throw about a cup of water into that heavy pan just to create some steam. And maybe get a little bit more rise out of these, although they look like they're risen pretty well now. Okay, I'm going to put these in the oven. And we'll be baking those for about 20 minutes. Well, it's been 24 minutes. Let's get those buns out of the oven. And there they are. They look pretty nice. Now I'm just going to get some melted butter and brush them over the top. Try to keep them soft, but they look pretty nice. All right. All right, let's cut one of these hamburger buns open and see what we got. They look pretty nice and they are really soft. Okay. And there they are. I'm going to make up a hamburger and then we're going to try it. So we've got mustard, ketchup, pickle, and onion. I wish I had a tomato, but I couldn't find one in the fridge. So we're going to give that a try. It looks pretty good. Great hamburger buns. Just the right size, I think, and just the right softness too. So very, very happy with the way these turned out. And I know if you give this a try, you will be as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.